try and keep an open mind because it might not be as bad as you think. Ta-da! Socks. A little notebook. The patients aren't as scary as they think. I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Bunny. You know, guess what? They're just regular people who happen to be going through a difficult time. Like me.
Charlotte has bipolar disorder. She's been admitted to a mental health unit 3 times in the last 15 months, and she's not alone. It's hard to get clear numbers on how many people are admitted to hospital for mental health care. But in 2015 to 16, it was around 1 person every 5 minutes. Charlotte knew she needed to go in, but despite packing and often waiting a long time for a bed, it could still be disorientating. So today on Like Minds,
my going to hospital survival guide. My watch. This is slightly depressing in that it's my going into hospital watch. I don't want anything that's too expensive in case it gets broken or lost. Colouring in book, earplugs. This is a bit of a lifesaver. It's 5 centimetres long. There's no way you can hurt yourself with this.
When you know that you're going to be going into hospital, what kind of goes through your mind?
What am I going to need to be comfortable, entertained, because it's really, really boring on wards, so boring, I can't tell you.
Should we go find some stuff?
Yeah, sure. Here is a thing that I always take. It's like a comfort thing to wrap myself up.
A nice scarf that smell of home as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Let's take it.
Strangely, although I always take the same things, I apparently keep them in different drawers. All the time.
That's because they're normally there, right? That's fine. That's fair enough.
So, but
it's not like you've got a hospital drawer.
No, that would be quite grim,
yeah,
actually.
Exactly. No one wants that. So what does bipolar mean to you?
It means that you have massive mood shifts and they're out of the ordinary. So for me, I swing between very, very depressed, and that's the point at which that I tend to start to think about killing myself, to being high, whereby yes, I am happy, but it's kind of a crazy happy where everything feels brilliant and I've got loads of ideas and I should write a book and I should get this and that job because I'll be better than everyone that's there and I'll show them how to do it, until it gets quite nasty, because then I start to get quite confrontational and even aggressive. That kind of irritation and rage is actually part and parcel of having a bipolar high for a lot of people. This is really, really useful. A pair of wireless headphones, because it wasn't as obvious to me before I went into hospital, but you can't have wires or cables because obviously people could try to hurt themselves. Even if they think that you're safe to have them, other people might not be, and there's no locks on the doors. So these are great, they're Bluetooth, and it meant that I could just listen to my music if I wanted to shut everything out. When I was in once and I was a bit high, I did a lot of like silent disco, dancing in my room, but obviously no one else could hear. When I'm in one mood state, I literally can't believe that I would feel differently. So when I'm low, I feel like I'm never going to be okay again. I'm never going to be high again. This is it. And when I'm high, I'm like, maybe I don't even have bipolar disorder. I'm fine. I don't know why I thought I did. Okay, so here's a bit of a weird one, which is a sports bra. And the reason that I take that is because it's very comfortable, but also because hopefully there'll be some kind of exercise program while you're there, and it's just so uncomfortable to not have the right things. And what I find is it's really important to participate in whatever is going on, because like I said, it's really boring, the day is really stretched. So if there's an hour's exercise class, I'm like, yes, I'm in there.
I'm in there.
I'm in for anything, art, exercise.
Strapped in your sports bra.
Yeah,
yes. They're so useful, aren't they?
Sorry to have to get you to hold my bra.
That's all right.
Okay, here's Charlotte's list so far. But being in a mental health unit could happen to anyone. So we're looking for tips and advice from you about what you need if you're in hospital and what you can take someone if you're visiting. So let us know in the comments below and we'll share them. For now, it's back to Charlotte.
So tell me about that first time that you went.
It did feel surreal. It felt a bit like a dream, that I was looking out of the window thinking, I don't know how long I'm going to be away for. I went through a kind of period of fighting it and just wanting to go home and wanting to go home.
Oh, hello, Mr. Bunny.
I'm not that much of a cuddly toy person.
He's great.
He's great. I did do quite a lot of cuddling, Mr. Bunny. I was a bit lonely at night. And this is my sleep mask. When you first arrive, or if they're worried about you, they put you on 15-minute observations.
Even when you're sleeping?
Yeah. Someone will either turn a light on to look at you, or they'll shine a torch through your window, like into your eyes, to check that you're breathing.
So what were those first few days in hospital like?
The hardest bit for me is the first couple of days. Like, how am I going to talk to people? What am I going to say? Can I put myself through that? And then I got out of that and got to a period of bizarrely quite liking it, because I was enjoying that feeling of not having to care for myself and being taken care of all the time. It wasn't awful at all, and I had thought it was going to be.
But that doesn't mean it was easy.
Okay, so these are really useful, and they're earplugs. And there was a lady next door to me who believed that she was in heaven, and she had to kind of demonstrate how religious she was by chanting. So she chanted all through the night. You don't know really who's going to be next door to you. The last time I was in, there was quite a young woman of 19, and she was very distressed, and she was calling out for her mum, and that was really, really heartbreaking. Next up is my puzzle book. I only find one of these, which kind of defeats the object. When I've done a puzzle, I think that I've achieved something. Not very much, but something. The toilets that everybody used, they were horrible. They smell awful. And there's no way that I would go in there without flip-flops.
How do you manage your bipolar?
Sometimes I do everything I can possibly think of to manage it, and it doesn't get managed. So in a way, I don't feel that I do manage it. I feel like I try my best to keep out of crisis and keep out of hospital.
You said to me that you felt like the hospital might just now be a part of your future.
Yeah, I do.
How does that feel?
It's depressing, obviously. But I suppose I have to accept that it did benefit me. I know it sounds like I'm being pessimistic, but I'm actually being realistic that at some point I'm going to have another major episode. My aim at the moment is to not have one and to not go into hospital, and that's why I say I'm being very careful.
And here's one final tip from Charlotte.
You kind of gave yourself a pamper day, didn't you, when you were in hospital?
I did. I asked people to send me stuff, and I always take my foot cream. And again, like you say, it's something that smells of home. So it's fig scented. See what you think.
Oh, that's really nice.
I had to do it all in my room. I got disposable razor from the staff, because obviously you're not allowed to keep razors. I had my foot cream, and I had my hand cream, and I had my face mask, and I just kind of went through this process of pampering myself, and just for that one day I wanted to feel like I had a spa, even if it was just using my own sink. I don't know, just to try and have a treat.